everyone, welcome back to Creatively Crafted Life. This is Melanie and we are working on day 11 in my daily December, and where we left off was some decor last time, and now we're flipping over and I've got this page open. I've got a pocket as well as this page, and then I've got a double spread, another single, and another single. So I've got quite a few pages that are open for this event, but let me tell you, I took a lot of photos. So there is an event that they had, I think last year was the first year, at the LA Arboretum, and it's called Moonlight Forest, and it's, I believe it's Asian inspired or Asian created, because there's a lot of Asian references to it. So I went last year, absolutely loved it. And I bought tickets again this year, expecting it to be mostly the same, even though the advertisement said that there were some differences. Well, I was pleasantly surprised, and there was quite a bit different, which means I've got quite a few photos. And yeah, so let me show you what I got to work with. So I printed some really large photos here. This one here I'm thinking is going to be the front or the very first page. I've got my journaling on it. It's not quite 6 by 8 because I kind of like this particular paper, being that it's light bulbs and this is a light display. So I thought I could play off of that a little bit. If need be, I can always trim this down further. Then I have a picture of this dragon. So this was there last year, but I have a picture of the full dragon from far away in my album last year, but this year I've got one that's up close with his reflection. I thought that was kind of striking. These ones printed wonky. I don't know why. So there's no border at the top. So what I will probably do is just trim these down, mount them on white cardstock, and then put them in the album. This peacock was really cool. Its tail goes up and then down, so it's a little bit interactive. This one here, I just love the reflection in the water and how clear that came out, so that's why I picked those two. They had this underwater sea theme. That's what this picture is here. So I also have this one that goes with it, as well as a picture of myself. It's one of the better ones because it was so dark, it's hard to get a good picture that's not too grainy. So I'm thinking of adding like some sort of flip or flap or something with this. And then this one here is the back side of a tree, and this would be the front. So front, Santa came around, and then the back side, so I'm thinking maybe some sort of accordion fold or something like that. And again, this one also printed out wonky. Because these photos are so large and take up so much ink, I'm not going to reprint them, especially when I can just trim them down and add them to white cardstock. And then these two here, this one here was spectacular. The butterflies kept changing colors, so that was really cool. And this is some sort of tree with some deer that are looking up at it. So those are my large photos. Then I also had some small ones. I've printed 2 as 4 by 6, and then I still had more. So I printed these all as small, basically 2 by 2 images, and I thought these could go in the pocket. Now the only thing with the pocket, I'm not sure how I'm going to accomplish this, is that if I stick these in this bag, what you will see is that they do stick out. They don't stick out past the page, which is good, but they do stick out. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that, if I like that or not. The other option is to seal this off and then cut a slit this way and then put them in that way. And then I thought maybe these ones here I could add to the front and the back. I will need to trim these down, so they'll probably only have a white border on the top and the back. The other thing I noticed is this particular page here from the story is starting to get a little raggedy. So I think I might add some washi tape along this side just to give it a little bit of support. I prefer not to do this one because of the border, but that's something I have to think about as well. So that is what I'm working with, and let me get to it and I will be right back. Okay, so I learned a lesson with this one. I probably shouldn't be working on this late at night, but the good news is it is done and I made it work. So here is the opening page for my day 11. It's just the picture of the pagoda. I used these wood veneer alphabets from Pink Fresh, and I goofed with one of these and somehow I got some adhesive in the middle of the O's. So to cover that up so it doesn't stick to anything, I added these enamel dots on this one, and then to make it look deliberate, I added them to the other O's. I've got a couple puffy stickers on here, and then the 11 from an old Ellie Edwards kit. So I ended up adding the photo on the outside. I did trim off all the white. It just seemed like there was too much white with the white of the envelope. And then on the pictures that go inside, I actually created a 4x6 card with some pattern cardstock. I added these stickers. These are from Echo Park. And then on the back side, I've got my tea for the day, and I added this puffy sticker, let your heart be light, light, playing off of that kind of thing. I know it's a little cheesy. And then the other two 4x6 photos, I just glued them together so that there's only really 2 items that fit inside this envelope. Now this is actually a bag, not an envelope, so I did seal the edges and the inside gusset so that there's really only one pocket. I like how this looks. It acts as a tab and also, you know, coordinates well with the pocket. And then on this side I have the train. I like that. This here I just used some vellum to adhere the smaller photos to it. My intention was to have this one on the outside and the photo of me on the inside, because I think that's a better photo, but yeah, I glued it in backwards. So that was mistake number 2. This side here, I actually glued this one incorrect. So as you can see, I just used the vellum again as a hinge, added a couple stickers from Pink Fresh, and the tabs from December Daily Ellie Edwards. So I really screwed up on this page. So I had everything done, and I had actually adhered this on the inside, which once this is all bound, I think that's going to be a little bit difficult. So what I opted to do is just add some of the red glitter washi on this edge as well as here. I already had this glitter as a reinforcement for one of the pages from the book. So it works okay. I mean, it works, I guess. It's just not as clean as I would have liked. I would have preferred this to be with the vellum, but it is what it is. This page here kept very simple, just the photo and a sticker. This was the page that I was talking about where I added the washi tape along the edge. This one was where it was starting to rip a little bit, so I think that's just going to reinforce it, and I like the little bit of glitter there. And then the final page is the tree. I added some puffy stickers down at the bottom and then the twinkle sticker up at the top. So that is day 11. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed and are inspired. And until next time, happy crafting.